Hey Teletizens, I am your lecturer, Aji Gautama Putrana. The course name is Thesis Proposal, and we have reached week 3 where we are going to discuss about postgraduate literature study. And the fifth video is about analysis and synthesis of master's literature. On the previous video, we discussed about how a paper is defined as legitimate or not. So you have downloaded your paper and you have checked the paper that the paper is legit or not. And now, after the paper is legit, you want to read it. And here are some tips from me to read the paper and not to waste your time and read it effectively. So first, you need to read the title. That is obvious, but why? Because the title gives the scope of your paper. So once you have understood the scope, you only need to confirm the scope by reading its content. Now, when you read the content, don't go for the abstract or the content first. Go for the figures and tables because figures and tables are more easy to understand than the text. And for example, in IoT, the figures contain the architecture of your research, which confirms also the title. And if you find for graphs such as bar charts, they will give you the results of the paper, which is important too. And if you understand, that's okay, you can go to the next paper. But if you don't understand and you need more explanation, you can go to the abstract conclusion. And if you have the graph of the information, you can be done. But if you need more information, you can then read the content of the paper. So this is the steps, the effective steps to read a paper. So now that you have understood how to read your paper, the next is how to analyze and synthesize the paper for your own research. So basically what you need to do is to find the research gap of the paper. Before you do the research gap definition, you need to do several things before. First, you need to confirm that the paper is good in quality, and you have done that by defining that it is legitimate. And after you have defined that it is legit, you have to confirm the method inside by understanding the method in a well manner. And by doing these two steps, now you have defined that the paper is now the state-of-the-art research, which means that it is the frontier of research, and by doing another research that solves the problem in that research means that you will contribute in the world of science. And lastly, this is how you find a research gap in the paper that you have defined as a state-of-the-art. So you can find it by two ways. The research gap it can be defined by the author or it can be defined by you. If it is defined by the author, you can search it in the conclusion section, in the discussion subsection, or in the abstract. Usually, in the conclusion, it is written by for future work, etc., etc., and that is the research gap that you can fill. Or if you want to define it by yourself, you can do that by analyzing the weakness of the paper by your own expertise and your own experience. Once again, you can use SMART, like we defined earlier, to define if the research gap that you self-define is good or not. So that is the end of the fifth video. In this fifth video, we explain how a paper is read and how we extract important information from the paper to define research gaps. In the last video, we will discuss about how to report your literature study.